Is it happening?
Yeah,
It's
is
happening. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. Happy New Year from us at Heard About
New
It.
Year. The worst holiday.
2024.
By far.
Really?
I think it's the worst one by
Oh,
far.
wow.
Let me adjust my height so I'm at your level too.
Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. I know it was a long break. We took a long break for the holidays, but we are back. New year. New year
Without
for Heard About It.
topics. Well, I mean,
Not really topics. We decided since this was a New Year kind of episode, we wanted to. We're gonna talk a little bit of stuff, but we're mainly gonna focus. We're gonna look back on the year, talk about our favorite games and movies, and look ahead to what we're looking most forward to. Because 2023 was a really good year
Yes.
for media. I mean, we were looking back
Lot
and
of
making the
stuff.
list, and we were like, oh, and there was this, and there was this.
We're in a golden age of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
happening
it's
right now.
really good.
You should appreciate it while you're in it before we run out.
Yeah. So anyway, but we're gonna kick off though. Start with a smaller topic. Jason isn't here, by the way, guys. I'll just
Yeah.
preface with that. Sorry,
He's been very busy.
he's busy right now. But New Year this year meant
That means new
Mickey
copyrights
Mouse.
run out. Oh, God, I was going to transition it, man. It's
Yes,
fine. It's
we don't-
fine.
You don't need to transition if you're
I was going
transitioning
to
from
transition
nothing.
because you said New Year. I said
Yeah.
new copyrights run out.
Yes, new copyrights run out. Like
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse
Is gone. You know, the one that
kind of, though.
I don't know
is
if you've
the
heard
weird
of him.
thing. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of
kind
him.
of-
He's
kind of
this weird
small.
anime character, but the original version of Mickey Mouse from the original
Steamboat
three,
Willie.
mainly Steamboat Willie, has gone under, has entered the public domain,
which it actually should have like 15 years ago.
and it should have a long time ago. But Disney
Disney's
kept
pulled something.
has lobbied Congress, and they've kept moving up the copyright dates,
They're at
which
a
is a whole
point now where Mickey Mouse is the thing that would lose them money if they made a movie on that, you know? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, there's so much, but they are losing money anyways, as it
Yeah.
is. But
But I think it's high time, and but it's very weird. It's weird, we entered this new era of Mickey Mouse, which he had to fix something with his OCD on the computer, because I mean, literally, like immediately after it happened, a horror game with Mickey Mouse
of course.
showed
like
a
the-
trailer, and a horror movie.
Is that what Mouse is? Mouse is a separate thing, right?
So Mouse is a separate thing.
Good.
Which
Which it looks good.
if you don't know what that
Looks
is,
like Bendy
Mouse
and the Ink Machine.
is a first person shooter coming out that looks like Mickey Mouse. Honestly, and like here's the thing. I kind of feel bad because I think Mouse should really take a hold of that opportunity, and I think it would be kind of funny if Mickey Mouse made the protagonist.
Made a little cameo.
but then
at
they'd
least.
become but then it would be
Then that
that'd
bandwagon.
be the game. Like that'd be the
Yeah.
game would be other than they looked like they tried to just rip off as
Yeah.
soon as it went off. Even though it looks like they're putting a lot of time and
does.
effort into that game.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. It's upcoming. I think it's slated for release.
It's
this
like what
year.
happened with Winnie the Pooh, though. They made the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
It's exactly, and
That's I don't. Is it out? I don't
yeah,
even.
the sequel's coming out.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding?
Yeah. So, because Tigger is now in the public domain, and so he's gonna be in the sequel.
Speaking of Mouse, because that reminds me of Bendy the Ink Machine, the art style.
Yeah.
They're making a Bendy movie,
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
so that'll be interesting.
Fun little tangent. We need like a tangent counter, I think, now on the show, where just like any time we just
We
bing.
should actually get like a real
Oh, like a
sign.
whiteboard and just-
There's a whiteboard as well. Yeah. That'd be
Anyway, no, I don't know though what it is about. Like, it's the second time that's happened where the immediate thing people go to when something like Mickey Mouse
It's
enters the public
horror.
domain. And I guess it's like to be funny. It's like, oh, here's this like fun children's thing. Oh, we can do whatever we want with it.
Mascot horrors.
Mascot horror with slasher. It's like, oh, okay. Though I do hope that people do stuff with Mickey that's like actually good, because
Why?
he is actually a good character.
Is he though?
He is.
Like-
because I don't know, Jackson, if you remember when Disney actually rebooted the Mickey Mouse shorts and redid the animation style and kind of gave him a new lease on life, and it was great. The modern Mickey shorts, I think they're called The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, ended up being the official title of that series, are hilarious. They're really funny, well written, some great like animation that very much pays tribute to how he was animated originally. Very like chaotic, like it's weird, like it doesn't feel like Disney made it when you watch it, is the interesting thing.
Not at all. I don't know.
You know what you're talking about.
I've seen it before. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
I would rewatch them because I think if you would and you watch them, you're like, wait, what? Like they're letting Mickey do this? And look, that's just me. But I hope
I don't think he's a good character.
You don't think he's a good character?
No.
Agree to disagree. And also, hey, all I'm saying is, Mickey is in the public domain now.
Mm-hmm.
Oswald the Rabbit, I believe, is in the public domain now. He should be, I think, logically, if he's.
Epic Mickey 3.
I'm not saying indie studio make a spiritual successor to Epic Mickey with the characters and do something similar, but I'm saying it could be a thing because
be a
those
thing.
games deserved better.
I remember playing the second one.
Why'd you have, the second one is what killed the.
I know, but that's all we had.
The
Just
first
Epic
game,
Mickey 2.
the first game is definitely flawed, but I appreciate it for what they tried to do and kind of do this cool, weird Mickey Mouse game.
It's so weird.
It's so. If you've never heard of it, they did like a dark Mickey
With
platformer
paintbrushes.
where he can like paint and destroy this world with a paintbrush, and there's like a dark and good ending, like. And it's-
Who made it?
It was I think like a game studio owned by Disney or like a game studio like Disney licensed it,
Weird.
Yeah.
Such a strange. What was the other topic we were gonna quickly talk about before we hit our?
I don't know. It was just Mickey.
There was another one.
Darn.
You were the one who said it.
I didn't say
Yeah,
it.
you did.
I don't remember it. If I said it.
You like 5 minutes ago. Do you not remember this?
It was, I think it was just part of the thing we're gonna do next.
No, it
right?
wasn't Mickey. It was
Was it the movie?
what movie?
The Beekeeper? Because I wanted to talk
Oh,
about
you
the
want to
Bee-
talk about the beekeeper? Yeah.
I want to mention that. We'll mention that later.
Oh, is
But
that a part of the?
I was just gonna talk about that
Yeah.
later.
I forgot about 2020.
Spoilers, Jackson.
My
Gosh.
bad. I thought that was a topic you just wanted to talk about.
But
Okay.
no, I'm excited. It's weird having Mickey in the public domain, and it will be interesting to see how much Disney can say, they're not using the right version of Mickey, this is still in violation, because if they try to use anything further than the Steamboat Willie design, then that's still
Yeah.
copyright.
Which YouTubers are getting copyright struck for keeping it in their videos right now.
Yeah. The
I
amount
think it's
of-
an automatic thing, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the amount of channels I've seen that are just reposting Steamboat Willie is really funny. But I've actually seen some cool stuff where people are like dubbing over it and like redoing the soundtrack. Like they're rearranging the soundtrack and then putting it over.
Interesting.
So it's going to be interesting year, and especially down the road as more versions of Mickey Mouse.
Released to the public domain.
released to
What
the
else
public
is next? What next big Disney IP that's going to be released? That's
I
not
don't
Mickey.
know. I'm assuming it's going to be some other Disney like some other Mickey Mouse characters in that world. I'm not totally sure though. Well, the one I'm excited for about, which is way down the road, it's like in the 2030s, is when Batman enters the public domain.
Oh my
That's gonna get
goodness.
weird, and especially since at first they can't use all the villains.
Yeah.
Especially considering
Super detective, right?
because it was on Detective
Yeah.
Comics, and then so he wasn't fighting any of the villains in Detective Comics, which is when he debuted, and then the Joker he didn't fight till Batman issue 1, which may have been the same year. So Joker may also go in, but it'll be interesting to see if comic.
They might
creators-
also lobby Congress. So
Yeah, I don't.
never know.
At this point, it's ridiculous. If they extend the copyright strike any further, it's gonna be stupid.
yeah.
It's already too long anyway because
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be the length of someone's life is the idea.
Yeah, they should bring that down like 15. It's at 95 years
It's
right
like
now.
95. It's supposed to be that it's as long as usually a person lives, so they can make the money they need from it while they're alive.
So, what year are we on now? Math. 1919. Did I do that right?
When Mickey came out?
No. Like the year that's free
No,
domain now.
Mickey came. It
No,
was like
not Mickey. Just in general.
the year we're at.
Yeah. Is it 1919? Is that what's
No.
free now?
It's
95
It's like
years.
20 something, because that's what because Mickey just entered the public domain and he was in like 29 or 25.
What? Oh, so then it's not 95.
I don't think
years.
it's like 85 though. It's
Is
something
it
like-
85? Okay.
or something like
It
that.
used to be 95.
Maybe they lowered it. Anyway,
Look that up.
coverage.
Jason, look that up.
Jason.
Uh,
Yeah, oh, look, dang it. This is what happens. You can't have nice things, people, and then you got to look stuff up yourselves.
yeah.
It's the copyright
Surely Mickey was
It is the length of the author's life plus another 70 years.
what
Wait.
U.S. version.
If published before 1978, it's 95 years. So I think the rules are just very complicated.
Oh,
'Cause
they
there's some
changed
different-
it in
they're changing
1978.
it, and so then it's like,
So
well,
they
if it was
published
made
it.
before the law changed.
So it's at a set 95 years now from 1978 and beyond. Is that
No, they changed it so before 1978, it's 95, and then if you did something after 78, it's different. It's like the
person's life plus 70 years?
70 or something.
gosh?
insane.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Anyway, copyright rules are messed up, everybody. Let's go to some fun topics now, shall we?
Yeah, well, not really topics, but
topics.
more our opinions.
A reflection, we shall say, of 2023. Jackson and I, we here have a list of what we have deemed our top five, each of us our top five game list
Yeah.
of 2023. As we have said many times in previous episodes, an amazing year for video games.
gaming.
And so we're excited.
And I think there's more to come next year.
Oh yeah,
This
ton
year,
of great games to
not
come
next year.
This year. Yeah, I keep having to say this year.
It's weird that it's 2024.
All right. Jackson, you
I
wanna start us off?
yeah, I'll start us off. So for my list, I have Alan Wake 2 as number 1.
Oh, you're starting with one.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I could have put some more suspense on that.
Okay, yeah.
I'll leave you in suspense of what number 2 is. I'll go number
Ooh.
5. Super Mario Bros. Wonder for number 5. I discovered that I've only played 5 new games this year, so I kind of was forced to put Wonder there. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, it was a Mario game.
a Mario game.
It was fine. Nothing wrong with
You're just
it.
spoiled, you know? You're just so spoiled with the high quality that it gives that it doesn't feel great.
I'm just used to Celeste, man. It's not. Spider-Man 2 is number 4. Another sequel. So that was a good game. I enjoyed that. Tears of the Kingdom, which yet I have still not beat to this day.
You gotta get on that.
I
man.
started on the plane, but I'm like, I don't entirely remember what's been happening.
I mean, it's not the most complicated story. I mean, you
Yeah,
can pick
yeah.
up where you-
But I don't know if I should just see. I'm in this dilemma of like, do I keep grinding for more gear because I don't feel like I'm good enough, but I feel like at the same time, I feel like I have plenty of stuff to be able to continue on to Hyrule Castle, which
Yeah.
is where I assume the game ends. But I could be wrong
yeah,
about that.
you just gotta keep going, man. I mean,
And then for the moment you all have been waiting for, number 2.
Oh,
FNAF Security Breach, or sorry, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach DLC Ruin. There we go. Full name right there. The Ruin DLC was phenomenal, and I really enjoyed that. And I didn't play it through all the way, but I watched some playthroughs from what I didn't play. So yeah, but great game.
yeah. So I'm gonna leave with my top five. I'm gonna start with 5. You're not gonna get to see my one. Anyway, but I'm gonna start out with number 5 with Hi-Fi Rush.
That's
Came
with
out
an HI.
early 2023. Yeah, he put in high, like HIGH, and I was like, come on, man. He's like, doesn't matter. Anyway,
Which I should know because I'm an audio guy.
yeah, I was like,
wasn't
it
even-
is like an audio thing. Anyway, Hi-Fi Rush, y'all all know, it got shadow dropped in January, and it is an amazing game. It really reminded me of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is one of my favorite movies. Like the energy and like the storytelling and the writing of that, and it also had like really great combat and music. The music is incredible. I'm a huge garage rock guy, and that's very much the inspiration for a lot of the soundtrack. Coming up at number 4 for me was Pizza Tower, one of the best platformers I've ever played. So good. I remember my friend showing it to me for the first time, and I was just like, I gotta play this. You know, I mean, it just like looks so fun to play just watching it, and then when you actually get to play it, it's a really, really good game. Great soundtrack. You still need to play it.
Yes, I do. Yeah. It does look good.
Coming up at 3, and I do want to say, as I get to the top 3, you're probably wondering, well, what about these like a bunch of other games? There were like so many games I didn't get to play this year that I'm really
Yeah,
sad
me
about,
too.
because there were so many games. And
I
so,
think
like,
my top 5, like I said, I think it's just the 5 games I played.
yeah, like I would like I've played through Spider-Man 2 this year. I haven't gotten super far into it, so I feel unfair calling it
Yeah,
a top 5.
which shows you how much I enjoyed Alan Wake 2 from the amount of played of
Yeah.
it, because I'm at the
Yes.
beginning of that game.
Which is
so-
what I'm about to say about Baldur's Gate 3, which that is my 3, having only played like the very beginning. But when I mean very, like, despite only playing the very beginning, I believe I still technically have how many hours on that game? Sorry,
20, 10,
it'll show
8.
me, right?
7,
Um,
9.
I gotta get to it. Hold on. Show me my
11.
playtime. Why is it not showing me my? Maybe I can't get to it. Hold on. I'm bad at this.
The PlayStation app's really bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
use
is the Xbox app. They both kind of suck. Is the Steam app good? I haven't even used it.
It's all right. They've made it better recently. It used to be bad, but now it's like a little bit better. Anyway, I've played it for a lot just because even that first section of Baldur's Gate 3 has so much to do and is so rich and
It is crazy.
and I love D&D, and they did such a great job of adapting that game system into a video game because it's a very hard thing to do. And I do like, and you know, I feel like I'm missing out on so much because your dialogue choices feels like it has a lot of drastic effects on the story, and it's like I'm just talking to this one NPC, and it feels like my gameplay is going to go very differently from that.
That's crazy.
It's such like just an amazing game, and I'm gonna say something about it later in like a few seconds, and I don't want you to get mad at me because I'm no way discrediting the work that made Baldur's Gate 3 amazing. I put Tears of the Kingdom above Baldur's Gate 3 at 2 for this reason. Baldur's Gate 3, amazing game, so much work. When you look at what Tears and Baldur's Gate 3 did, Baldur's Gate 3 was such an amazing game because they built it upon a system that they knew already worked, which was the D&D 5e system. Like yeah, it's great, and it's like, wow, there's so much freedom, and it's like,
Well, that's
yes,
what Tears of the Kingdom did.
because Tears of the Kingdom, and you were saying, well, they built it off Breath of the Wild system. True, but the fact that they built the Ultra Hand system from the physics engine of the Ultra
You're
Hand
going game dev. Okay.
and the stuff they had to design within the Breath of the Wild space seems to me so much more impressive. Still very impressive that the team that Larian Studios was able to basically port the game system of 5e into Baldur's Gate 3. But I just find that what they were able to accomplish with Tears to be far more impressive. To have that complex of a system of attachment and construction be so easy to use.
It is kind of crazy.
You know? And like, because it's one of those things where if you need to build a car, you can build a car if you need to. But if you understand it, I mean, you can make basically
Also,
whatever
the
you want in
map
that
is
game.
crazy. I think
And
that's the
map is
most
crazy.
impressive thing to
And
me.
they tripled the size of the map, and it's insanely huge. And I hear a lot of people bad mouthing the depth in Tears of the Kingdom.
I love the
It's
depth.
so
it's
fun.
so cool.
And like, there's something cool. Like, sure, it's a little more sparse than the overworld, but there's still a ton to do in there. I feel like, and a lot to explore.
the only reason they say there's not is because you can't even see.
Yeah, I just can't see. And there's something like almost creepy about it and eerie.
That's where I spend
no.
most of my time.
Tears was my 2 because it definitely, I mean, it combined everything great about Breath of the Wild, like everything I love about Breath of the Wild, and everything I love about the older Zelda games with like the story and the scope. And they combined that with Breath of the Wild's gameplay, added something totally new into the mix, and it was just amazing. And however, none of these could surpass.
Can you guess what? Wait. Here we'll do
never guess.
we'll do the education video
never
thing.
guess.
It's like pause the video right here and try and guess what Walker's top is. Top.
All right,
game
pause,
is.
guess, unpause. All right, guys, it was Alan Wake 2. I mean, it's amazing. There's nothing really else to say. It is amazing. I don't play horror games. This game terrified. Like, I don't know a lot of horror games that have a musical number in them.
Is there another one in Alan Wake 2?
What?
Is there another one in Alan Wake 2?
I'm not gonna say much to keep Jackson, but it is an amazing video game, and it is so well designed. Sam Lake built, I think, one of his best stories I think he's ever done. I mean, it's so much love put into it, and it's just so great to see them make that game, because I've always talked about this is the game they've wanted to make since they made the first game, and they
Yeah.
haven't got to till now. And honestly, it's kind of glad that they didn't make it till now because I've actually seen some of the older demos for the original sequel. It would have been good. Nothing compares to what they gave us with this. I mean,
Especially with like the next gen things where they're able to just
Oh, yeah.
load. Oh,
and it was a perfect
Just go
next gen
play it.
game.
Just go play
it. Even if you have like, I don't even care if you play the first game. You should play the first game, but you don't have to, which is great about this game. And that's the other thing. The way they designed the story, where if you don't play the first game, you're still enthralled by the mystery of what's
Yeah.
going on. But if you do know the first game,
It's
you get to
even
be so
better.
excited at seeing like, oh, and that's from that, and that connects to all of that. And so
and if
it
you
was
play
just a-
Control,
and if you play Control, it even connects more. I'm a huge fan of the Remedy verse, and like I just think it's so funny because Remedy fans are operating, I feel like, on another level than everyone else playing these games. Because if you're playing
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2, you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm sure that, and like Remedy verse, you're kind of like the Charlie Day meme with the wall,
clicker.
the Pepe Sylvia,
the clicker.
the clicker, and Jesse. You're connecting it all. But no, amazing game. So it is official. Heard about its game of the year for 2023 is
Alan Wake 2.
That was cheating.
Sam Lake needs to come collect his
Yeah,
trophy.
he needs to. We'll get. We'll
But to
send-
do so, he has to be in an interview first. So
Oh,
we're
please,
keeping
Sam.
Sam Lake hostage.
Can we give him a mug? I think we
shouldn't
should
say
send
that.
him a mug.
Just
In
send him a,
celebration. In recognition for being the podcast heard
let's
about
have
it
a stream where we create a letter and a mug. That
and send it to him.
send it to Sam Lake.
Uh,
That would be great.
That'd be amazing.
We should.
We should do
We
that.
should actually do
Comment.
that.
Should we do that? We should do that.
I think we should do that.
Anyway, so those were our top games of 2023.
So,
but
moving on to movies.
our top movies of
2023.
2023.
One of the best ones by far is Spider-Man 2. Now you may be thinking, wait a second, that's a game. No, we're talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 2.
That was a good. That was a darn good movie, Jackson.
It
I'm not
was.
gonna lie.
Okay, if you haven't, I don't want to spoil
Yeah,
it.
I don't want to spoil it because
Okay.
if you've seen the first one and you haven't watched the
The
second
sec-
one
what
yet,
are you doing?
What are you doing? Like,
What are
my,
you
It
doing?
took my sister till like November to watch it. I was like, you gotta watch
Oh my
this.
goodness.
And I just remember like every person I've watched it with, their reaction to
Is
the end.
j- oh.
It's just like, what?
Except Jason did not like it.
Yeah. Well, they didn't like it.
Okay,
but
so
it
we're
just-
gonna
it's-
we're gonna put a disclaimer right here.
Yes.
Hopefully, I remember. I'll
try to
find
do
it. I'll find
timestamps?
it in the edit. I'll try and do timestamps.
We'll try to
Yeah,
do timestamps,
I didn't do
but
it last week. I just
This
ran out of
is
time.
now spoiler territory for
Yeah.
Across the
Go
Spider-Verse.
to this, or I can't point because there's audio listeners as well. I'll come back and edit and tell y'all guys, and I'll be like, hey, it's editing Jackson
Yeah.
here. And then. yeah.
anyway.
Hey guys, editing Jackson here, as I said, and if you want to skip these spoilers, go to 24:55. Thank you. Yeah.
Anyway. It's
Spoilers
amazing.
now. Okay.
All the animation styles.
The
all
twist, I
characters.
think the twist is better than in Infinity Wars
The twist
at the end.
Oh,
That
like
he's in his wrong universe.
like that reaction, that gut reaction I had when he glitches and he just goes, "I'm in
I
the wrong
know.
universe." You're just like, "Oh no!"
Because the thing is like my claim to that it's better than Infinity Wars, even though Infinity War had all like this 10-year build up
Yeah.
to this moment. In Infinity War, you're like, okay, so Thanos is kind of like really powerful. There's a possibility that he might snap, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's a possibility that might actually happen, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in Spider-Verse, you
don't
have
see it
have
coming.
all this knowledge, like, oh, the spider's from the different universe.
Yeah.
You completely know that that's not a spider, and then you also learn on a separate occasion that the spider teleporter
machine
teleports
tracks your
the
DNA.
tracks the spider DNA specifically
Yeah.
to send you back to your universe. So you have all the dots connected, but you don't connect them
No.
at all.
It's one of those.
then-
It's. I think my dad's told him it's, and I don't know if this is his phrase. I don't think it is, but he'd always tell me the best twist are, the ones that make the most sense, but are in no way suspected. And
Yeah.
the way they do that though with the filming,
Oh, it
where
is
it looks like the way they
so
film it, they all look
cool.
like they're in the same universe, but
Yeah.
they're in like 3 different places.
It's
is so well done.
just the color and everything.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
it's such a good movie. I don't want to dwell too much on it because we have so many to talk about.
Next up, FNAF movie.
We're just going down. Okay,
I thought
Yeah, let's
so.
go down.
Why
All
not?
right.
It's in a list.
we got a long list here, guys. So get ready.
Not too long.
Yeah.
FNAF movie. Amazing. Loved it. Walker has
Haven't
yet to
watched
see
it
it.
yet.
We're going to do that.
I'm gonna
I
watch
don't know
it
if we leaked
eventually,
that yet or
apparently.
not. We're going to do a video similar, relative to that eventually. I don't know if
Yes,
we've talked
related to that. Very exciting.
about it. Hopefully we can get some
Yeah.
things allowed that
I heard it was great though.
it was. If you're a FNAF fan, you're going to love it. If you're not, you might be a little confused,
Yeah.
but it's
Which
a
is
fun
why-
movie. It's not a don't go in expecting to be jump scared. The only way you'd be jump scared is if you're a FNAF, if you're part of the FNAF ecosystem. So
Which I'm actually glad there's not a lot of jump scares because I can't do. I mean, I'm not a big jump scare person.
there's only like maybe
One bad
2 real jump scares,
one. Okay.
and then there's also 2 other jump scares
just bad.
that aren't. They're not horror. It's just like, whoa! I didn't expect
yeah.
like that thing to happen.
Yeah.
So
That's
So
no,
not
the
a real
FNAF
jump
movie was
scare.
great. Ah,
turning
list.
off
Next movie,
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
I have not seen it yet. Still.
One of Nolan's best, I think. I need
Yeah.
to watch one. I mean, he's one of my favorite directors. It was. I described it as a victory lap for him in a way, where he was just like, "Hey, look at me, and look at how amazing I am," because he got like every actor he's ever worked with. Really great. One thing I was not expecting, and I'll try to say this, is the way he applied his Nolan style of storytelling to a true story. And I felt like the way he did that was really clever, and I was very impressed by him for the way he did that. I don't want to say much more to he just because you definitely still need to watch it. It was awesome.
I was watching Batman Begins. And I'm like, whoa, look, it's Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, it's also great for Cillian Murphy, who's had such a supporting role now. He's had such a supporting role. I mean, he did Peaky Blinders. I mean, I should rephrase: supporting role in film for so long that now he got to do a leading role is
Yeah.
amazing for him because he crushed it. I mean, he was so good and handled the nuance of
I
that
hope so.
person so well.
If you're wrong, I'm going to come in here and say you're wrong.
No. Anyway,
Next up,
movie,
Barbie.
Barbie.
Not a huge fan.
I'm a fan, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was hilarious.
It was too much for me.
Too much.
I don't know. Just
That's fair.
yeah, I couldn't. It was just annoying in my eyes.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I think you're about to get flamed for that, but okay.
I
I'll
probably
be safe.
will. But that's I don't.
I appreciate it. I thought it was a solid comedy, and it's great because I feel like we live in a time where they don't make good a lot of comedies anymore, like straight comedies.
Yeah.
It's more. I've heard a lot of people describe comedy.
Well, there is
as-
one, and we're gonna talk about it in a little bit.
Yes. There's actually 2 on there. Well, kind of 2.
I don't know where the other one.
But there's a lot comedies for adults. Like the PG-13 comedy, I feel like is something that has been, I don't know, just been lacking a lot.
Yeah.
It's very much like, it's usually like we're gonna do a very R comedy now or a kids comedy, and I feel like when you look at like those amazing. And when I mean R, let's stretch the R as far as possible.
Yeah.
I think there was a range, especially in the 2000s, of from PG-13 to low tier R. I guess I should describe it, where there were some really good comedies like Dodgeball, Anchorman, Tropic Thunder.
Not seen any of these.
Yeah, they're and I just feel like those don't get made anymore. The one
Doesn't
movie I still need to
Dodgeball
see-
have Adam Sandler in it?
No, it's Vince Vaughn.
What's the one where Adam
Grown-Ups.
Sandler throws the dodgeballs at the kids? Is that Grown Ups?
Does he do that? movie? I don't remember.
I've just seen
Anyway.
that clip.
The one comedy I did want to watch this year, which I didn't get to, that came out was the Please Don't Destroy movie, which is the comedy group from SNL. They made a movie this year that looked really funny.
Yeah. What's
anyway.
that next movie? Had it?
Oh, yes. Next movie,
Boy
which
and the
Boy and the Heron,
Heron.
Hayao Miyazaki's latest film.
Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli, amazing. It was the 4th Miyazaki film I had seen so far. I'm very behind, so I'm trying to catch up.
It is the. No, I didn't watch it. So-
It was really good, and I've said it reminds me a lot of it is like Nolan to Oppenheimer what this was to Miyazaki. You know, it was a late career film for him that, and not in plot, but in the
no,
in
no.
the way
I just blanked for a second. I'll talk about it in a second when we talk about the next movie.
it
but-
was a late career. They were both late career movies that are now being considered one of the best in their catalog. That had a lot of actors they had worked with and felt like a tribute to their films in general. I really appreciated Boy and the Heron. I feel like Miyazaki.
I heard it was spooky,
It's weird. I mean, all of his movies kind of have this eerie, kind of creepy sense.
like those scenes in Pixar.
Like, yeah, but it's like different. Like Spirited Away is kind of
Yeah.
the same way Spirited Away is kind of spooky. But he usually has these very fantastical worlds. And this Boy and the Heron still very much has that. But I feel like he did a good job of still grounding it in a very human story, which I feel like he does tell very human stories, but it's usually like a human story told through a fantasy story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like,
No,
like
I
it's
don't know what you.
well, it's like an allegory. Like, you know, like it's an allegory. Like,
Oh.
this represents like humanity, right?
Yeah, I've never seen this film.
Yeah,
so-
but like I'm just like you understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, yes.
But I feel like Boy and the Heron, it was an actual human story with human conflict, and I appreciated that. So that's what I
Yeah.
have to say.
Now onto the Mr. Beast movie.
Oh, Mr. Beast was in this movie, wasn't he?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
I don't like that you just think of it as the Mr. Beast movie.
I have not seen it. I
You
heard
haven't
it was
seen it
good.
yet, man?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen any of the movies.
I know, that's the problem.
What have you seen? You've
Well,
seen
when you said it,
two?
it's like in the last movie, when you said it's like Nolan or like Oppenheimer, I thought we were talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I was thinking about that. I'm like, why is he comparing Oppenheimer to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That is crazy.
You know, atomic bomb. You know, they're mutants. You know, it's there's a connection you could make. No. That was a great movie. As a Turtles fan, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get through this one because the next one is a movie Jackson has seen and he's kind of just sitting here. I feel bad.
Mario.
Mario, but well, not immediately.
Oh,
Let me
sorry,
let
I
me say
thought you
one
were
thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, great. Was not really expecting that, but it looked like from the first trailer, I was like, yes, this looks awesome. I mean, they just took the Spider-Verse formula, applied it to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It works, you know? It worked. And Seth Rogen did a really great job producing
Seth
it.
Rogen.
So,
Speaking of Seth Rogen,
yeah, Seth Rogen.
Donkey Kong.
A double Seth Rogen.
was in the Mario movie. The Mario movie was good. It
Mario
was,
movie was good,
It was
critics.
fine. It was.
Y'all need to chill.
It was a movie. It happened. Wasn't as good as Despicable Me, even though it's the same studio, but it was. It
No.
did its job,
Look-
and I think the second one will
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah. Look, here's my thing. Critics were mad at the story. And I'm like, look, in a game, if the game, in the game,
In
the game, EA Sports, in the game,
You just
the
you're
story
just saying the.
is secondary to everything else in Mario, I feel like. It's present.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
So if the movie, and I get that this is different because the movie is pure narrative.
Yeah.
But if the movie, necessarily the story isn't the strongest part, but it's Mario, I don't know if that's the biggest problem. And also, I feel like on my subsequent rewatches, I think the plot's fine. I think there are a few flimsy parts, but then again, it is a kids movie, and I actually think it has some really, really good jokes thrown in there.
Yeah.
And some actually funny parts. I was like, oh, that's a legitimately well written line, you know? And it had a great.
And I thought
soundtrack.
Chris Pratt did a fine job.
Yeah, and Chris Pratt was like decent. You know,
He did-
It could
it
have
wasn't
been better.
bad.
It could have
Yeah.
been better.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't
but
think he deserves all the hate that people
No,
are giving him.
it was a
Now,
solid job.
If we want to talk about Garfield,
I actually don't mind him being Garfield because everyone is so used to the monotone, deep Garfield, and like, yeah, sure, I get that. I think his voice matches Garfield in a different way.
I don't like Garfield. I don't think
don't
it's
like Garfield
funny.
in general.
I don't.
I like Garfield. Garfield I could stand for a little bit, and then it gets to be the same joke, and I'm like, I'm done with Garfield. But like, if I haven't read a ton or seen a lot of Garfield in a while, I'll look at some Garfield and be like, oh, that's funny.
Anyways,
Mario's great.
Next movie, next comedy. What we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
D&D movie Honor Among Thieves.
That was a great
Amazing
action comedy.
It was such like Jumanji next level vibes.
Yes, it
or
had
Welcome
that-
to the Jungle vibes.
Yeah, it was interesting, you know, because it was. I feel like we don't see a fantasy movie like that a lot. You know, you're so used to
And it
the
do that well too.
to be that good too,
Yeah.
because usually, like when you try to do a fantasy comedy, it doesn't end up the best. But you know, because let's be honest, like as a D&D player, most sessions, like the end result of you playing D&D is ends up something really funny is gonna happen. So I think they went the right route of saying, we're gonna have it where something really funny happens, because that's what happens when you play the game.
I wonder if all the main characters, like the actors in that, have played a D&D session.
I think that was like day one of shooting. Was
they
like
actually?
instead of shooting, is they all played at least one session of D&D.
That's
together
awesome.
to learn how to play and understand.
We should
it.
have a heard about a D&D session.
I also just love.
No comment on that.
Sorry, with D&D. Oh, I'd love to do.
I said heard
Sorry.
about a D&D
I'd like
session.
that. We should do
Bring
that.
in McKellar,
Yeah.
Jason.
I want to say something for a second because I've heard some people talk about. I appreciate Hugh Grant so much more as an actor after the D&D movie
Speaking of Hugh Grant,
and the Wonka movie.
last night I watched Sense and Sensibility with my family.
How was it?
It was good.
Is it Jane? That's Jane Austen, right? Jane Austen.
Yeah,
novel?
it's like
I forgot he's
the
in-
book was the sequel to, or not the sequel. It was it came after Pride and Prejudice,
Yeah,
but
I
then
think
the
it's like-
movie was before the movie Pride and
Yeah.
Prejudice.
So Hugh Grant said both about the D&D movie and the Wonka movie. Basically, I don't know if he said this as much about the D&D movie, but definitely about the Wonka movie. He was just like, I hate it. I hated it. I hated making it. I hated filming it. I did not know what was going on. I did not understand a single second of it. That does not come off at all in either film.
I haven't seen
And, like,
Wonka though, so
Like in D&D, he is crushing it. In the Wonka movie, he is crushing it. It's like if I had seen that without knowing that, I think you would come off of, oh, you know, I bet Hugh Grant had a fun time with this character and like this movie. He hated it, but like it doesn't feel like it's obstructing.
like-
because he does such a good job as like the charismatic villain.
it's
in-
similar to sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there,
No,
but
you're
it's similar to Oscar Isaac. He hates the sequels to Star Wars.
Oh, he doesn't like
No,
it.
he hates it.
And he's like one of
him-
the strongest parts of those films.
Yeah,
though.
him and what's his name? Finn. I don't remember.
John
his actor name.
Boyega?
Yeah, they both are like they think it's so stupid. They laugh at it like during interviews. They're just
Oh,
like,
really? Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's
No.
and they just make fun of it so
Which
much. Even
I
though
feel
they're both
bad for those actors
characters.
because they did a good job, and I feel like those were good characters.
just written horribly.
They were just bad movies, but I do feel like because I really liked their characters in the 7th movie.
Yeah.
they ruined Poe in the 8th movie.
Which the 7th movie, to be fair, was just A New Hope.
Yeah, but like I remember what did J.J. Abrams say? You know, we have to go backwards to go forward, which I think there's some, you know,
What is this? Back to the Future.
no, but the D&D movie. Back to the D&D movie. We don't a whole tangent, but.
Good movie.
Good movie, great like
fun.
ensemble cast, and I think Chris Pine, he was, you know, it was one of those things where it was weird to see so many famous actors, like a guy like Chris Pine, be in that movie, but it didn't have the vibe. He never has the vibe of, hey, I'm Chris Pine and I'm here to do a movie, you know, like he feels very, you know, I feel like that way about the Star Trek reboots, you know,
No,
he's not.
I've never seen that.
Do you know what I mean though? Like he's not very like I'm Chris Pine. In the same way, like another leading man kind of actor, maybe
Oh.
like I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, love that movie. Our next movie we're going to talk about that came out this year is
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City, which
I have not seen it.
it's Wes Anderson's one of his new.
What is that
projects.
next one? Have I seen it?
No, it's another Wes Anderson project.
Okay,
I put the
so-
acronyms because it has a long title.
so-
I'll talk about these both real fast.
I haven't seen the rest of these.
I'll just run through them really fast.
Go for it.
All right.
I'm gonna
Asteroid
sit
City. A great little movie. Definitely better than French Dispatch. I thought French Dispatch was a fun excursion. I'm glad he did one full story again. It was really weird having the movie inside the play, inside the TV broadcast, inside the movie. I'm not making that up. That is how Asteroid City is set
That
up.
would be really funny if I just look like I'm falling asleep.
But it's movie, play. But
I
the
knew you
play
had
is
to do that.
fictional. It's a TV show, but even the TV show, so it's actors playing actors playing actors playing actor. Wait, actors playing actors.
I had a
playing
coworker
actors, playing characters.
I had a coworker before I quit my job, and she would always say, "Jackson, did you see Asteroid City yet?" Every day, every time I walked in and she was there, she'd be like, "Do you see Asteroid
Yeah.
City?" No, I haven't. And she just said it's really confusing and she doesn't understand it. So
Yeah, because it's a movie,
Yeah.
as I said, inside a play. I'm not making this like I want to say I'm making that up, but I'm not. But I
no,
kinda
no,
love
I
that I'm making
yeah,
it up. And then his second project he did, which was a series of short films. The most prominent one he did though was Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which was it's based off a Roald Dahl short story. So it's his second Roald Dahl project after Fantastic Mr. Fox. So that was really good.
we've already kind of covered Wonka.
We did talk about Wonka. I Do It As Mentioned. Great movie. Timothy Chalamet actually did a good job as Wonka.
There's no way it's good.
It's good, man.
I
know.
don't believe you.
But this is the thing. Me and my friends watched it. We were like, we went from expecting a terrible movie and like we're gonna laugh at it, and like by the end, it had convinced us. Like this
Really?
movie like takes 90 minutes. Like it like literally. I'm pretty sure it's like we're gonna give you 90 minutes to prove to you that a Timothy Chalamet Wonka movie works. I don't know if you'd like it. I will say the songs could have been stronger. For a musical, it could have had better songs. But everything else is
How much you want to bet there's going to be a Broadway musical based off of it in 5 years?
I don't know. Probably not, but who knows?
I feel like there will.
They might do Wonka on stage.
Wonka
and
the
then
musical.
last movie, Holdovers. Great
No
new Christmas
idea
movie.
what this is.
Heartwarming dramedy. You didn't see the trailers? I explained to him the plot. He didn't get it.
I don't even remember.
It was about the kids who go to the boarding school and then they're
Oh,
they
yeah,
immigrate.
yeah.
Really great, really funny parts, also very heartwarming. I just had to rapid fire through a bunch of movies because there were so many this year, but they were all so good. And
Were they?
I know you need to watch more movies, Jackson,
I don't.
if you're on a podcast.
Yeah. Or
Anyway,
we just talk about tech. I
That
know
was-
technology.
that was 2023.
Now what's happening in 2024?
What's
Walker?
happening 2024?
What is happening?
A lot of great games and movies coming out.
Hit,
Before
hit
we
me with sorry, go. What were you saying?
Before we get to any of these movies and games that are coming out that I'm very excited about, I want to talk about this movie that's coming out called The Beekeeper.
No.
It is
As
the
I
most
spoiled earlier.
post John Wick bad movie. Like I feel like John Wick.
Oh, so you think it looks bad?
It looks bad.
Okay. I'm glad
Yeah,
we're on the same page. I thought you said it looks good.
I like it looks bad, but like in a way that looks funny. Good.
I think it's a reboot. I'm pretty sure there was such thing as like the Beekeeper from a long time ago.
Are you sure?
Like-
it's the only one that pops up. I think it's like
Look,
they
go
had
on
this.
IMDb because I'm fairly certain there was something else.
Are you thinking of the Bee movie?
No.
There's The Beekeeper from 1986.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's supposed to be like.
It is not that.
No?
It's like a
Why?
very different. That
Somebody
is like a
compared it to that.
documentary.
Oh.
That's not what it is.
Maybe it's not the name.
That okay? Can I let's go through this. Beekeeper, 1986.
No.
Aging Spiros embarks on a journey throughout Greece with his bees in search of suitable spring climate for pollination and thus the production of honey. Now, The Beekeeper 2024. One man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes after it's revealed he's a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this movie so far is the poster tagline under the title. So it's Beekeeper and then it's Jason Statham. That's how you pronounce his name, right? Statham. And it's like his like silhouette is like made up of a bunch of bees and it goes expose the corruption, protect the hive. Oh snap, it comes out like this month. It comes out in 4 days. So we'll get to see
So
very
that means if this is releasing on Tuesday and today is Sunday,
yeah.
what date?
Oh,
so
yeah,
the
so it's
11th
different for us.
So the 11th?
Yes.
Okay, so in 2 days you can go see The Beekeeper if you're watching this the day it came out.
I just wanted to talk about that because it looked so dumb.
Okay, let's talk about movies first because there is a game that I really want to talk about.
Movies first?
Yeah, movies
Okay.
first.
But no. Besides that, though, the action genre does actually look really strong for 2024.
What's it looking like?
We got Argyle, which I think looks very promising.
Argyle looks. It's just another
Kingsman.
Lost City thing. Do you remember that movie where it's like the writer and she like writes a narrative with
Yeah,
Daniel
it's very.
Radcliffe?
Yeah, it looks very. I mean, that's a popular genre where like, oh, there's these writers that write these stories, and then but they've never actually experienced anything they write about, and
Yeah.
then they do. That's a common
Yeah.
plot trope, but Argyle looks like a fun take on that.
It does.
It's if y'all don't know, it's about a spy author. She writes spy novels. She goes on a business trip, and then like this spy organization goes after her because she's somehow predicting their missions.
The Yakuza.
What about Yakuza?
That's like the bad guys, the Yakuza.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it the Yakuza? Are you sure?
That's what it said in the thing, in the trailer.
Oh,
The Yakuza is somehow.
that's just the
affiliated
Japanese mafia.
I know.
So that might be part of it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Um,
I haven't seen it. It's not out yet.
there's Deadpool 3 comes out. I'm very excited about Deadpool 3.
I'm surprised it's coming out so fast.
The only real Marvel project I'm honestly excited for anymore.
I'm done.
I'm done, but I'm gonna hop back. I'm gonna hop back in for Deadpool 3. for a
Deadpool
second.
3, I'm going to watch and hope that it's good.
He's such a good character, and having Wolverine in it will be so good.
I
And I can't wait to see the jokes they'll let him make about being bought by Disney. The new Mad Max looks very good. Very excited about that.
haven't seen it at all.
The Fall Guy. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I need to.
Oh,
Which is Ryan Gosling's
so-
new movie that's based off the old TV show.
yeah. My dad was very excited to see this trailer, but then he was very underwhelmed when he saw the trailer because he had seen the TV show.
He likes the
when-
show. I will say, John Krasinski giving us a bit of a left turn by releasing If. If you haven't heard, John Krasinski.
What is it? Explain the
So,
plot.
I know the preface. So John Krasinski, The Office. He plays Jim Halpert. Then he goes and writes and directs A Quiet Place, which is like a very, very popular horror franchise now.
Have you seen it?
I need to watch it. But
You haven't seen it.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's not even a horror movie,
I
man.
know,
It's
I would
just
like
a
it.
story.
And so John Krasinski makes that, like this drama, like really good. He is now switching gears and making a Ryan Reynolds and Steve Carell led comedy musical about imaginary friends. And it looks
Yeah.
so weird, but like promising, but
And I think that's actually because in a Kevin Malone podcast, whatever his name is, what's his name? Brian something, right?
who does what?
Kevin Malone, who's the actor's name of Kevin Malone.
Who's Kevin Malone again? Who's that actor? Oh,
Kevin,
Oh,
The
yeah.
Office.
I forget his podcast name.
Like
but
Brian, yeah. Anyways, John Krasinski was interviewed on that podcast once, and I was listening in while my dad was listening. And John Krasinski said, it's not about the genre you're trying to write. It's not about that at all. It's about the story you're trying to tell. And if this story so happens to be a horror thing, then it is. That's how A Quiet Place came to be. So, like, that's probably
Yeah.
why this is a musical, because it's
Yeah.
trying to tell a story in a specific way.
That's true, and very different. I mean, that's
He
like
learned
the
that
great-
from a producer in The Office or
That's
something.
cool.
So, yeah.
That's like the great Jordan Peele line. The only difference between comedy and horror is the music.
I could. We're waiting. I was gonna say something about games because that was a
Yeah.
good, nice segue. But
And speaking of Jordan
so
Peele,
you are gonna just steal it from me like that?
aha, he.
I thought we
I'm
were-
not. I'm doing a different thing from you. Actually, I know what you're about to do, but I'm not doing it. He has a movie coming out this year.
Oh, okay.
We haven't heard anything about it yet. He did say though that it is. He is if he does it right, it'll be his favorite movie he's ever made. And I'm excited to see him do these more large scale movies after he did Nope. Because I actually watched Get Out for the first time recently.
I haven't seen Nope
and
yet.
I was
Or Get
blown away.
Maybe I've seen Get Out. Which one's Get Out? Who's
That's
in it?
about the black guy, and he goes to see his. I don't want to spoil it on here because I'd really. But basically, black guy
I have not
goes
seen
with his white girlfriend to visit his white family, and then things get weird fast, in a very very creepy. way.
Oh. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. But
I was wondering why you're defining race, but
amazing horror. Yeah, like it is a horror. But Jordan Peele's cool thing is he does horror movies, but all of his horror movies are analogies for racism in America.
interesting.
It was really cool. So,
But speaking of Jordan Peele again,
we're not done with the movies.
I think we're done with the movies. There's not much else. OD.
Dune 2,
I haven't
Thunderbolts.
seen
There's
Dune
so
yet.
many.
I actually have not seen Dune.
Spider-Man 3?
Is that coming out this year? There's no
No,
way.
not Spider-Man 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I saw a picture of Sonic looking through this list.
And you
and
thought
I
it was
went,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 3? Shadow's going to be in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Jackson. And not
Whoa.
Jim Carrey, which is actually kind of sad.
Jim Carrey's not gonna be.
He's retiring, man.
He's retiring.
Yeah, he's done Kung Fu Panda 4.
Ugh, that looks terrible.
Which honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm not actually excited for Kung Fu Panda 4. Sorry, guys, doesn't look good. I think this series.
I think everybody agrees that it's just not a good idea.
I think yeah, you had a
Let's
perfectly
go. Let's go
good
boycott
trilogy.
it. Like I didn't watch Indiana Jones 5, and I don't really plan on it.
Yeah,
Which
me.
for
no, because Kung Fu Panda 1, you have a perfectly good trilogy.
yeah,
You have a perfectly good trilogy.
it's great.
Don't ruin it. Don't.
No need to ruin it.
Sorry, but you were about to talk about Indiana Jones.
We've talked about it before. 4 was fine, wasn't needed at all. The original Indiana Jones trilogy was amazing and should have remained how it was.
Oh, new Joker, new Tarantino movie.
Ooh,
this
I still
year.
need to watch Joker.
So many great new Tarantino movie. I mean, what more do we need from this?
We need to move on to games.
There's so many, and I feel like there's one I'm missing that I'm gonna think of when we go back. But anyway, no,
I don't think so.
Sorry, a lot of great movies. Very excited for.
But speaking about, as previously talked, Jordan Peele, to continue that thought, we were talking about OD with Kojima.
OD isn't coming out this year. Though,
Oh, is it not
Jackson.
coming out? Oh, yeah, we don't know that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then I want to move on to,
What do you want to come out?
what was the game that I was thinking of? Blade.
Blade. That I don't think that's not coming out today.
What?
Dude,
Are you sure? They said 2024.
Dude, no. Did you not hear the report?
What?
They're not. They're talking about it as a next gen game.
Oh,
They're
never
talking about it as,
mind.
like past, what I mean next gen, like whatever the next PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay, so that's
No.
like 2028.
No.
That, wow.
I got a list here. A lot of great
I
games.
know. Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds. Is that? I don't think that's
That
confirmed.
is coming out this year.
That is?
That
Okay.
is that is confirmed.
That'll be exciting. I really hope they do.
Obsidian's
I
crushing
think
it.
they confirm. I hope they confirm that it's a separate star system and like it's different companies because. And I think
I still need to play. That's like
Yeah, I need to work through it.
I'm in the
have it on
process
s-
of building a PC right now. That's probably going to be one of the first games that I play.
I have it on my Switch, which was like the biggest mistake I ever made because it doesn't do well on the Switch. But I will say, surprisingly, Nintendo ended up with a really, really good 2024 lineup.
Really?
Especially when you consider the fact.
One quick thing though.
What?
So while we're on the Obsidian
yeah.
conversation, you said Avowed didn't look that great.
Yeah. You disagree?
No, I haven't. I watched a little
Yeah.
bit of it. I'm a little disappointed.
I was
as well.
disappointed. I saw that first gameplay trailer because they had a chance to do their take on Skyrim. You know, they had a pre-existing world because I think it's from one of their like TRPGs they've made a while back, like CRPGs. So they had their ready to take Skyrim, and I was just the gameplay looked very underwhelming.
I really like Obsidian though. Obsidian's a great company.
Oh, yeah.
I think that on the spot, you wanna make this a thing.
Yes.
You should have heard about it. Us too. Start a series. It doesn't have to be like live streamed or anything, but just start a grounded series of survival. Grounded.
Oh yeah,
Should we do that?
it'd be fun.
I think
I've
that'd be
never
fun.
played.
Give
I've
it a
played
more
a
of
little bit
chance.
of Grounded.
Because I never really got into it.
Yeah.
But now that I'll have a PC,
that'd be fun.
it'll be even better for me because the controls sucked.
But like a lot of great games, I don't know if it'll be. And obviously, I don't think it will be good. 2024 for games, I don't think will be as good as
It's 2023.
2023.
No way. What do you think
But-
will Game of the Year be from what we know
or
so far?
2024 just from base. I mean, that's so hard to say, because like, who
The
knows?
Princess Peach game?
I mean, I don't think so. I think Dragon's Dogma 2 has a chance, if that's good. I will say the Alone in the Dark remake looks very interesting. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Silent Hill 2, I'm pretty sure, is coming out this year.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2.
And so is
remake.
Snake Eater.
Snake Eater. There's some other stuff. Sorry, I'm looking through like a long list.
But that's a
here, guys.
remake, isn't it?
What?
Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, they're both remakes.
Are remakes allowed to win Game of the Year?
I believe so. Though there's a lot of debate over that.
I don't think they should be.
But Nintendo got away with a really good 2024.
They have Mario and Donkey Kong
The
game.
Mario and Donkey Kong, Princess
Princess
Peach,
Peach.
Thousand Year Door remake, Luigi's Mansion 2 remaster.
The other Paper Mario, right?
What?
Origami King. Isn't that coming out?
That already came out.
Oh,
You gotta get with the times, man.
I don't pay attention to Paper Mario.
Anyway, I will say
No
one game.
Zelda DLC.
No Zelda DLC, which is disappointing. I will say one game that kind of was just announced at a direct that's coming out this year, which I forgot about, and then I remembered it when I was looking at the old games. Was Unicorn Overlord, which looked like a really good like tactical RPG with some good like with a really cool art style. Baby Steps comes out this year, which is Bennett Foddy's new game, which is very exciting. It's always great
Yeah.
to see him do a project.
No, never mind. You don't know.
What?
I would,
What?
I would talk to you about it.
What?
With Pawnee Pants, you don't know Pawnee Pants.
Oh,
So.
no, yeah. Alan Wake 2 DLC comes out this year. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of great stuff, and Remedy usually knocks it out of the park with DLC chapters. Animal Well is
Arc
going to be
2.
Arc 2. Animal Well looks really good.
Donkeys.
Big Mode's
hopefully-
first project.
Hopefully that's good. What's the other one that's coming out?
It's
What is it
the
called?
other Big Mode game.
Yeah.
It got like so it was originally one game, and now they're like doing like a deluxe edition, but they've renamed it for some reason.
Interesting.
Skull and Bones comes out this year, finally.
Oh no, Sea of Thieves is just the way to go. Sea of Thieves is so much fun.
I guess here's my thing. I prefer Skull and Bones looks more centered on ship combat.
Sea of Thieves had some pretty good.
Well, it just like Sea of Thieves was more like there was ship combat, but it was still based around a one-on-one system, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you
Skull
think
and-
they're gonna
yeah.
fill the servers with a lot more players than Sea of Thieves?
Hopefully
does?
they're smart and they try to make the servers, because the worst thing you want is you make a game that is built for a ton of players and nobody plays it.
See, the thing is Sea of Thieves. A lot of people play it. They limit, I think, 4 pirate ships per server.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, that's frustrating.
but it's a smaller map.
Yes. Sorry,
be
I'm looking
fair.
through these lists.
But yeah, looks like a good year.
It looks like a great year. I will say one game that hasn't gotten an official release date that hasn't. And Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
I'm
Which-
scared. I'm so scared.
I'm
for
scared.
that.
Okay, this is what I'll
I'm
say.
so worried.
I'm coming around. I'm coming back around. I'm excited because I think the fact that it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago and they've taken this long to release it, I feel good. You know, Rocksteady. Look, I feel like we've talked about Suicide Squad a lot on this show, as if Rocksteady doesn't know what they're doing. We know they know what they're doing. So I think, will it be disappointing if they keep in live service? Yes. Hopefully Rocksteady understands that that shouldn't be a central part of the game and remove it. Or like, make that kind of be a weird thing you have to get around.
Sorry, say that again. I completely.
You were
I'm
out
tired.
of it today, Jeff.
I had to get up at 6:30 this morning.
So anyway, I was just saying, well, I don't want to repeat it because then other people are going to have to hear that a second time.
Okay.
All I was just saying is we should trust Rocksteady with that game, I think, even if there's live service. Hopefully that doesn't bog down the game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of games that
That's a hurt about
are
a
really
game we'll have to
good.
play.
Yeah, we're probably going to play that together because it's multiplayer.
I think I might. Who do you think it'll be? I kind of want to go Captain Boomerang.
I want to be Captain Boomerang. If you're Captain Boomerang, I'll be Deadshot.
Oh, Deadshot though.
If you play Deadshot, I'll be Captain Boomerang.
Okay, that's fine. He was my Injustice 2 main whenever I played that.
That's Deadshot. Deadshot, they look like they're doing a cool thing. It's just weird because they're
Will Smith.
they're retconning a lot of the characters because it's still the Arkhamverse, but Deadshot and Harley Quinn look very different than the Deadshot and Harley Quinn from the Arkhamverse.
Yeah.
So
Which it's fine.
It's fine, it's
Suit
just like-
upgrades okay. I mean, Batman doesn't look the same through all the Arkham games,
that's true.
especially because you can change.
I just meant like
suits.
look as well, like not just,
I think this is random, but I think that's a thing that, what is it called? Marvel Spider-Man has over the Arkham games. Their menu is so much easier.
that's right.
You know.
I will say one game that I don't think has been confirmed for 2024, but looks like it could come out. That looks like it could maybe come out in 2024, depending. Which I've kept saying, if they do it good, it should be so good as Crimson Desert, which is this single action adventure RPG coming out, which looks like such a good next gen RPG. Oh gosh. Stink bug at us. We gotta clear the studio next time.
It's not my fault.
Is it behind me? Where is
It
it?
is behind you. It's on the wall.
All right. Just ignore the stink bug, guys.
I don't think
We're
they
gonna
can
do this.
see it.
I don't do well with bugs. I don't know if y'all
Walker
know this.
jumped.
Yeah, y'all saw
That's
that.
funny.
Anyway,
Not the audio listeners, though.
a lot of great.
Why do you have reduced motion on your phone? That's disgusting.
What?
You have reduced motion on your phone.
What does that mean?
Look, wait, open. Maybe I saw it wrong. Open up your phone. Click on the text bar. And then, like, swipe down. Make it go away. Never mind. It just glitched.
You get too easily distracted on this show, Jack.
I do, but that's okay because
Okay.
it makes it more fun.
All right.
I think that's about it.
That's about
to
it.
talk.
Let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments about
2024.
2024 new movies or games. We just want to take a time and reflect and look forward. It's a very exciting year
Yes.
for us. Very exciting for the podcast.
If you made
Which
it
is
this
why we are
far-
rebranding. No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah, we are. You didn't hear about that?
We're rebranding.
You didn't heard about that?
You didn't give me the memo. You had to send these out.
No, we're not.
Wow.
And since you made it this far, you get to see the back of my laptop
Whoa.
and me powering it down.
Anyway, guys, y'all have a great week. See y'all in a little bit. Thank you for, as Jackson said, getting this far into the video. It was a long episode. I feel like this is a long episode, but
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Yes, it almost like
Very long
if
episode.
I think it's been like an hour and 20 minutes.
Hey,
But
long
I'm not
episode, but
totally
we
sure.
haven't been here for a while, so there's a lot to talk about. If you
That
want,
there wasn't, and that's why we
Yeah.
did the recap of.
subscribe. Don't
Don't
subscribe.
tell them that.
Don't do it. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm not
cutting
telling
here.
them to do it. I'm
Goodbye.
saying you can.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.